today's operator first mentality snippet will help some people out. Welcome back to Manufacturing Know-How, brought to you by Rain Engineering. I'm Don Rarick, the CEO of Rain Engineering, and I'm here today with my good friend and partner, Chris Carlins. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning, Don.
Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about operator first implementation and the idea of starting with the operator and working out. It's to really overcome some of the mistakes that get made by having only IT or only engineering or only the corporate people involved in determining requirements for a system. And
Yeah.
every plant, every single plant, no matter what, has an operator that on occasion or on a regular basis does something heroic to get the orders out the door.
We went right for the emergency situation, but what does it mean for operators to really have the tools in place to let them do their job and let them do it better than they did before? It can be easy to overlook. How is it going to impact what the operators are going to feel, the supervisors, the people that are actually manufacturing this stuff, right? So I guess today, if we were to just take that step back and say, when you're designing that system, how do you do that in a way that's going to make it easy for them so that they don't have to put as much into the system? They get more out of the system. And when they feel like they need to break the glass in case of emergency, that they have the backup of that too. So just taking that step back and saying, let's talk about being operator first here.
That requires you to talk to the operator early and often during the project process. And I think even the way we used to do assessments on the shop floor, the tendency is to go out and watch and go look and see what the operators, what systems they're interacting with.
Mm-hmm.
But lose focus on watching how the operator's getting the job done. And, you know, there are small examples and there's big ones, but just the idea that going out and getting the operator a cup of coffee and talking to them about how they do their job, what are the frustrating things, what they think, what they're anticipating, what problems they're anticipating that the new system might even cause for them, or if they've had the system for a while, what problems has it caused for them? If they've been around and their the software actually slow them down, configuring it simply so that you don't have a bunch of clicks, right? Every click is resistance.
Yep.
And then testing with the operators. So user acceptance test, if that's the first time an operator ever sees something, it's too late.
You know what you got me thinking about is it went from, especially if they've been there for a while, they understand the process. They know when they clock in, what they're going to see, how to handle their day, even the emergencies. And you took this very familiar world for them and you said, start over. Like here's a new way of doing it completely. And even in just talking to them, not only are you going to get valuable feedback, but you're also going to help them through that iterative process of learning of what does it mean to live in this new world. And it'll be better by the time you do it if you implement it correctly. But talking to them allows them to understand what it is, get their voice heard. And you've always been a big proponent of that.
I think it matters too, uh, whether it's Rain's implementation team or your house implementation team, that you're when you go down and you're talking to an operator about the things that they go through every day, you develop a rapport that lasts forever. So even when they have an idea for improvement or if something's not working the way it should, uh, they can tell you what's wrong. How is how is the system behaving in a way that it didn't used to behave? Forever support bond. And so I think that's an important part of like an operator first checklist is just building that rapport.
As a company, your operating procedure is to check in on people, see how things are going, and know that there can always be a little bit better way of doing it. And of course, as I say, is the juice worth the squeeze? But looking for where it is worth it. And sometimes people have like the comment card thing, right? Fill out the comment, put it in the little slot, and there's ways of doing that digitally now too. It doesn't have to just be, this is how the machine is misbehaving now. It could be, I'm fed up with how this interface works right now. And here's why. And I have a really good reason of why it would be better, right? And whether or not it goes through or not, to let them have that path.
Talk to the operators first. Kim, figure it simple. Figure it with the idea that every extra click is resistance. You say that a lot. And it's resistance to adoption. It's resistance to daily routine. It's resistance to, it's actually a path to bypassing MES is extra clicks. Test with the operators, not just IT and not just supervisors. Train on their schedule. Build in feedback. It's never perfect the first time, and support them forever. You're developing relationships that could be important to the process all along. So that's kind of an operator first checklist. So
I want to just add one element to that, which is there's the out of the box displays and capabilities of any large MES and software package, and it can anticipate the 80/20 rule, right? Like it can get you a lot of the way there. And Prophecy has those famous and infamous screens that allow a lot of flexibility, and you can check all those boxes. Say, yeah, it can do all this. I like to say that Plan Applications at its core always has a super strong, powerful engine. It's so reliable at collecting data, hooking up to your machines, and getting all that information. And it has a great set of displays. There's always an opportunity. What are those strategic 1, 2, or 5 places that if you could just make it super simple for someone to do their job, put in a widget, put in a card that allows them to only see, I need to load on this roll onto this machine right now, and I need to stage these next 3. And whatever it is, it's like that capability goes beyond what the out-of-the-box software anticipated. Give it to them so that it makes it easy for them to do and hard for them to make a mistake. We're running into situations like that where they'll make that mistake, and then it's 3 hours of data cleanup. So yeah, making it operator first and looking for those moments, and then working with a team that's able to build those custom user experiences. Strategic, but very important if done correctly, and that's how you really get through this continuous improvement process, is allowing that to be a part of your toolkit.
yeah, thanks for that, adding that in, Chris. If you like today's session, make sure you like us, follow our channel, the Manufacturing Know-How channel by Rain Engineering, and make sure you join us next time.
Come on back.